Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Jack MC here, and today I have a video that's a little different. It's not going to be a funny moments video. This is going to be on the topic of Rainbow Six Siege, but more importantly, the topic of um, Ela, as you can tell by the title of the video, one of the Operation White Noise operators that was released with the DLC, and actually of recent, since she's come out, a very high pick rate. Ella's already been nerfed at this point, and it seems that she's getting another nerf with the new Operation Chimera update coming out. Currently, Operation Chimera and all the patch notes that have come out with it are only available on the technical test servers on PC. So sadly for us console gamers, we won't get to do anything, test the game, test the new stuff out until the actual um, update goes live for everyone. But today I just wanted to talk about the changes that's been made with her, possibly how people are going to use her now with the changes, her pick rates in both Pro League, ranked, and casual. And we're just going to look at the new character that is the fresh Ela and see what's done with her and what's going to happen from now. Alright, so as I said earlier, we on console don't have the technical test servers, so we can't see what's been going on. But I have got some video footage from the YouTuber Coconut Bra Gaming, great YouTuber. You guys should check him out. He looks at Pro League tips and tricks, and he teaches you the game better. He shows you different things that you can do to improve your play, different tactics in the game. I watch him myself. Really great YouTuber. You guys should go sub to him. But I'm gonna be using some of his gameplay of Ela's recoil nerf, which is significantly worse than the previous nerf that Ela had to her recoil, and of course her magazine size dropped as well by 10. Magazine size stayed the same. But the main concern for me, at least, or one of the main concerns, is her recoil, the new recoil pattern and the way it's changed. So in a second here, I'm gonna put some video footage up of the side-by-side comparisons of what the recoil looks like beforehand and now what's going to happen to her with the next patch that comes out for the game. So I'll let you guys look at that here in a second. Okay, so as you can see, the recoil pattern from before isn't extremely bad. The gun was still definitely usable, and I still think people are definitely still gonna use Ela after this after the patch. But on the right side, you can see the new Ela recoil is significantly worse than what it is before. On the left, you can see it's going up in a little bit more of a straighter pattern. It's still shaky. There is still bullets going everywhere. But on the right, the push to the right from with probably about the first couple of shots, it's really, really bad. It goes deep to the right, and with not a lot of space between shots, it seems really unpredictable, and I think it's going to be really difficult to control this recoil with the new pattern. With the way the recoil has changed, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult to play Ela, as she is primarily used as a fragger. The way Jaeger was before she had already come out, she's very efficient at getting frags. I myself use her a lot, and I can definitely tell that Scorpion is one beast of a gun. But this new recoil pattern has really changed the way people are going to be aggressive with her, because now it's going to be a lot harder to hit your shots unless you can learn the recoil pattern. It's going to be a lot harder to hit your shots, get them on target. Maybe it might not be that hard. I think it's going to be hard personally, but for some people out there, those elements, they're going to try and make it work, of course, and they might just be able to make it work. But to me, this recoil pattern seems extremely drastic to what it was beforehand. and I think it's gonna change. First of all, the pick rate of Ela, because her gun, it was okay. It was a little bit difficult to use, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite simple to pull off kills in the game, and it's really gonna change that, I think, with the way the new recoil pattern has come. I don't have a comparison of it, but I'm gonna compare it now to the SMG12. Now, I don't have any side by side comparisons for this. This is purely off head what I've seen with the SMG12. But I think these recoil patterns, from me looking at them, they seem pretty similar. And the SMG12 kicks badly. It really does have a lot of kick. Still controllable though, but the kick I think is a little bit. I don't even think it's as bad as what the new Ela the nerf is gonna be. And that's not even getting on to the second part of the nerf. The other drastic part of the nerf is her utility has been cut in half because they've now given her barbed wire and the extendable shield. No more impact nades. And that's gonna change the way she's played, I think, personally. The way I play her is I'll run around, I'll roam, I use the impact nades to get in and out of rooms where like I think enemies are, or to create a back route if I'm under attack to escape. But now she doesn't have that utility anymore. You can't make those easy escapes through the back hole of the wall or create lines of sight with her anymore, which might make it a little bit more difficult to decide, should I take Ela or not, because it's typically you will have an operator with impact nades within a team comp, but now you have to think which one you're going to take. You have to think about which ones to use now because Ela doesn't have that utility anymore. And I think her fragging capabilities have dropped after this recoil. The way the recoil looks now, because I think it's going to be a lot harder to hit your shots, especially when spawn peeking. Typically, when I spawn peek, I tap fire, but the recoil might be a little bit more drastic now, even with tap firing. But of course, we'll have to see once the update goes live. Of course, those who have the TTS server, maybe you can tell us in the comments how does it play out? Does it change really badly? I'm not sure of this because I can't play it obviously. But I'm actually quite excited for the new patch to come out. So because I want to see how badly it's gonna be able to use Ela. Another really big change, well, it's not a very big change, but another one I forgot to mention was her damage was actually nerfed, damage of her bullets, and it's been turned to a 23 instead of a 28. And now that might not be such a big difference because her gun fires at 1080 rounds per minute, which is, I think it's the second highest in the game, maybe third highest, but it still has an insane quick fire rate. I mean, it might take a few more bullets to kill, maybe one or two, but I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. Could do though. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see until it actually comes out. But I really don't think that the damage takeoff isn't going to be that much of a difference. It will be for those who end up running suppressors on Ela because their damage is going to be well below 18, and then it'll definitely take a couple more shots, and those few shots it only takes another operator. It just gives the other operator more time to take you out before you can take them out. So if you're running suppressors, then I'd say it would make quite a difference. But with the current change, with the that reduction of 5, I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference just because of the fire rate of the Scorpion itself. So I don't think that's going to be too big of a change. Um, as you can see here, this is a table ranking from what is considered the best operators to the worst or most useful. And this list was made by Rogue9, the YouTuber Rogue9, also another great YouTuber that I always watch. He dissects more about the physics of the game and what goes on in the game, looking at stuff like comparing guns, comparing recoil, all that type of stuff. and this was a list made by his people, his followers, and go subscribe to him. He's a great YouTuber. Yeah. So yeah, I don't take any credit for the gameplay or the list that I'm showing you now. This is all from two different YouTubers. I'll put both their links in the description, and their names are going to be on the screen as well. But yeah, as you can see on this table, Ela is the second ranked, the second best operator. Now you also have to keep in mind that this would most likely be from casual players, not necessarily pro league players or ranked players up in the high ranks. But I still think for everyone in the game, Ela's a very efficient fragger and is always a good pick regardless, because if you can eliminate the enemy team before they are able to move on the objective, that's perfect. You've won the round. Ela is very efficient at doing that, even with her mag drop. She is the second best operator in the game. I think now her pick rate is gonna drop. I think because of her utility has been cut down because of not having the impact nades, and her recoil patterns are probably gonna change. Depend change the amount of people that pick her, because people might think it's going to be too difficult to use her now because of the recoil patterns. So that's what I think is going to happen personally. But who knows? Maybe her pick rate won't change at all. It might increase because of the unpredictability of the recoil. I guess a way you could compare this, what I'm looking at, is Buck C8 SFW. That gun's recoil is very unpredictable, but people still use Buck because of his ability, of course. His ability is very useful. But I think it's going to be that case where if Ella's recoil is unpredictable or the pattern is very shaky, they still might pick up for maybe the lucky headshots, or maybe they might learn the recoil pattern and be even more efficient with it. I don't know. We're going to have to see what happens when it fully releases for everyone. But that's personally what I think is going to happen. Things might change, like I said. But from my point of view, I think this is a very drastic nerf to Ela. She has been nerfed in the past, yes. Her recoil has been nerfed. She's lost the Grismot mine. She used to have 4, now she has 3. And now she has no impact nades. Recoil has been nerfed even more. I don't know where this is going to go. I think this is the last possible nerf they can give her. I doubt she's going to get nerfed anymore. Who knows, she might even get a buff in the future. But some people were actually thinking that the nerf was gonna be. Some people anticipated getting rid of her impact nades, but I think that was a very big change, and it's gonna change the way she's played now. But people are actually thinking that her Gersmont mines were gonna be modified. Um, some ideas that people have thought of were they'd have to be triggered. You have to trigger them yourself. They don't just automatically go off. Another one was that she has to be alive for them to actually work. You know, if she dies and they have them placed, they don't work anymore. They're considered useless. Or she has to be within a specific range of the mine for it to work. Because what a lot of people, a lot of roamers used to do, which I do myself sometimes, is they'll keep 1 or 2 Gersmont mines and they'll chuck it at people acting like impact concussive mines, and it can disorient the enemy in the fight, and it can most of the time win you the fight when they're disoriented, because that concussion blast is very bad at the start of it, and it is a little it damage it completely stuns you. I don't think you can sprint. Your screen goes all messed up. It makes it difficult for you to do things right for the first few seconds, and it would help Ella win the fight, especially with her Scorpion's capabilities. But I don't think anything's been. I don't think her minds have been touched at all. I think they've been left the way they are, and I think that's fair as well, because she only has 3, not 4 this time. But yeah, this nerf I think is really bad. I think it's changed the way Ella's gonna be played. Her pick rates. I myself use Ella a lot, so maybe it might be a little bit of a biased opinion. But I do have to say, getting killed by that scorpion, getting outplayed by it, is quite annoying, especially when you got the first shot off. Or maybe I'm just a shit shot, who knows? But yeah, that's my view on the Ela Nerf subject. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Go check out Rogue 9. Go check out Coconut Bra Gaming. Um, those guys do great videos, great Rainbow Six Siege content. Be sure to check them out. The links will be in the description below. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will try and post as much as I can now. Now my PS was actually having some issues earlier for the past couple of weeks, so now it's fixed. So I should be all good. I should be able to post a video at least once a week for now. Maybe it'll increase from there on because right now I am doing my IGs, so I'm trying to focus on studying. But it should steadily increase the upload time, and the videos will be better quality. I can guarantee it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.